Alrighty, let us go ahead and talk about buffering tech and buffering float. So both of these are needed inside of the Pech edgeguard tree that I will be talking about in the next video. But let's go ahead and explain what these two things are for people that have never even heard of buffering tech or buffering float before. So essentially, if you are in some sort of animation or something where you can't act out of, and you press your tech button or your jump button, what'll happen is those inputs will lock, um, and once you're in a state where something can be used by those inputs, then they will be used. This is kind of a little bit different from our tech, for tech, but for float, this is how it works. So um, so when we get into the edgeguard tree, we're gonna use it when we're buffering ledge, but you can do the same thing with like fox up throw and stuff like that. So if you've ever heard of buffering buffering throws, buffering float during an up throw, like during an edgeguard scenario, this is essentially what you're doing the same thing on the ledge. So if I were to up throw this Marth here, and then hold the X button, so I'm holding the X button, I am now buffering float. So as soon as I run off the stage, I will start floating. So as you notice, I never press down in that scenario. I'll do it again. I never press down. I am only pressing side to side, and I start floating immediately. So that's how you buffer float. You do the same. You can do the exact same thing by grabbing ledge, and then during the first 8 frames of when you grab ledge, this is called your cliff grab. You buffer the float frames. That'll make it so that you don't jump from ledge. Once you let go of ledge, you will start floating, and then you can let go of your float, or the float will run out, and you can re-grab the ledge again. So that's how you buffer float. Now let's talk about buffering tech. So buffering your tech is something that can only really happen on the ledge. Let me go ahead and get a little percent on me. And then we'll do a little recording for the Marth to go ahead and show what it's like to buffer a tech. First, I'll save this position here. To show you kind of what I'm meaning with buffering tech. I'll explain what it is, and I'll do the action, but I won't actually tech because nothing will be hitting me. So if I jump and then grab ledge, and in the same first 8 frames of when I grab ledge, just like how I would buffer float, I can buffer a tech. Now, this isn't necessarily teching at all points. It doesn't mean that I'm just holding this button, I will automatically tech. What this is doing is it's buffering the input for tech. So let me go ahead. So now what can happen is I can press the other trigger, which is my L trigger, and if something were to put me into a tumble state, I can tech onto the wall. So I'll go ahead and do just a quick little recording of Marth up being to ledge to go ahead and show you what that is. So we'll go here. Bam. So he's up being to ledge. So now if we play back buffer tech. Oh, actually hit the tech though. As you see, I get sent into a text state. I can even go frame by frame so you can see it a little easier. So we'll go here, here. I can't really buffer and do frame advance at the same time because let me switch this to, whoops, don't want that. Let's go ahead and switch this to the Z button. So I'm still buffering the tech. So now I'll click Z. And what'll happen, he'll up B. I'll react to the sound. I'll also go ahead and show the info display as well, so that you can see that I'm not entering the roll state. I'm still in cliff wait. So I'll go here, Z, 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 Z. He's upbeat. Now I can input tech with the other trigger. So on the next frame, you'll see that it's highlighted, showing that I'm starting to depress the button. And now I've been hit by him, and the next frame I will tech. So as you can see, I'm in this passive wall state. This is the tech state. So I'll be in this for 8 frames. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now after this frame, I will actually enter in the animation for tech. So I have 26 animations. You are actionable at this state, so I could start jumping at this point. But that is how you buffer a tech on the wall. So we'll go ahead and do that again, just at full speed one more time, so you can see it. Buffer tech. Oh, let me actually react to it better. Let me actually react to it better. And I can tech from that position. So those are the essential tools that you're going to need in order to be actually able to pull off the Pech Tech edgeguard tree.